Okay, so welcome to In the Kitchen with Jelly, or In the Backyard with Jelly. And tonight, I put up some of my ribs the other day. Well, I'm proud of my ribs, but I'm also proud of my salmon. And I think I have, over the years, kind of what I call perfected the restaurant quality salmon. And I'm sure people have got other recipes that are just as good or even better. But I promise you, there's nothing wrong with this one. And it will impress your friends. I promise. It looks like a restaurant, what you get at a restaurant, and there's one or two tricks that I do. And in fact, I'll start right now to show you what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. And if you try it, I think you'll like it. First, this is a skin-on fillet of salmon. It was $20.59 at Sam's Club. It's 20 inches long. I'm having to crush it in a little bit because my green egg is a large. It's only 18. So I'm gonna have to squeeze it in a little bit when I put it on. Of course we use lemons, but I'll get to that in a minute. I spray the backside, or I actually spray that platter and the backside of the salmon with olive oil. And then once I spray the top side, then I lightly dust it, and I'll show you in a minute. You'll be able to tell about how much I put on there. I don't cover it. I just kind of dust it. So one of the things I think you have to do what I do, what I call my restaurant quality, is, well, one thing is these right here. You need a wide spatula, or at least a couple of good spatulas. I almost wish I had two wide ones, but I use this because you have to get up under it and lift it from the green egg without breaking it, because I like to do the whole fillet, and I think you will too when you see. I mean, it's okay to do single fillets or portions, but I like it this way. The thing that probably bothers people the most is this right here, and a lot of people are intimidated by it, but take my word, there's nothing to it. It doesn't hurt. You can't hurt the fish with it. I guess you could, but you're not going to. And I'm going to show you what I do and how I do it. But that's what gives it the restaurant look. And you can get one of these for about 50 bucks at Home Depot or whatever. And I do use an internal temp because they won't, I don't always, but I am for this video, because they want 140 is what they say for temperature in a salmon. But you know, people eat salmon raw as sushi. As long as it's been handled properly, you can. I'm not suggesting do that. You know, so I mean, if it doesn't make 140, I'm okay with it. And if you pull it at 132, pick a number, the carryover cooking is going to go quite a bit after you, if you're trying to get it to 140. Because if you pull it at 140, you're going to get a little overcooked, if you ask me. So anyhow, and of course lemons. I mean, that's afterwards. I don't put it on there now. And I don't put any heavy, that's why I use Lawry's. It doesn't, when you start torching it, the seasonings will burn more than the fish. So anyhow, I'm gonna get this started and we're gonna get this going. I promise you're gonna love it. I think it's a great recipe. I use, by the way, indirect. I have a plate setter, and I guess with skin on, you wouldn't have to. But I do, I always have. I've been doing this for years, and I don't see a reason to have that much heat on the bottom of my fish when the top of it is 350 degrees, by the way, which is where I have the green egg sitting at right now. So, like I said, oh, by the way, I'm using Fogo charcoal. I love the stuff. Thanks, Fogo, for making it. I love it. I've switched to it about a year ago. I like it. Nobody's paying me to say this, by the way, none of this. So, I'm gonna get this started. I'll be right back. Y'all hang on. Okay, so here is the salmon as I have seasoned it, and you can see out here on the platter about the amount of dusting I do, or maybe it's a little more than dust, but that's the right amount for me. And Lawry's is excellent on salmon. I know they make stuff, but there's nothing wrong with Lawry's seasoned salt. So anyhow, I'm going to set this on the green egg. Right now we're at 360 or so. So it's going to go up a little bit. Temperature's going to change on me a little bit right here. So I'm going to try and do this a little fast, but right here we go. I've already cleaned the grate, and that's a cast iron grate, by the way. And like I said, I'm going to try and push it in a little bit, and then I'm going to lay it on there. Right in the center, obviously, right there. We are off and running. And shortly, before it's been on a little while, or before, you'll start seeing the white. That's a lot of times what I go by, is the salmon has fat, so you'll see the white fat come through those layers, the fillet layers. So I'll show you that in just a minute, but we're off and going. It is 6:15, so we'll see how long this takes. I'm expecting 20, maybe 30 minutes on that size, but we'll know in a minute. Y'all hang on. Okay, so we are at 15 minutes. We're going to take a look. And you can see the fat I'm talking about coming out. I can't leave the lid open long. You see a little bit here, a little bit here. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to take a temp read right here as quick as I can, because the longer you leave that lid up, and I have now shut that bottom vent because it will get out of hand with the vent wide open. So we're 114 right now. And we're going to let that go another 5 minutes and check it again. Be right back. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes since I last temped it. And just for the record, I look back on my video, and you may not have been able to understand the way I worded it, is before I open this lid to check it, I close my vent. Not that I closed it all the time, but that way air doesn't rush in while you have the lid open and get your charcoal out of control. One other thing, I'll roll this around to where my desired temperature is straight up. So when that needle's straight up, I know I'm good. So anyhow, all right, you can see fat now coming out a little bit better. And we're going to see where we're at in the thickest part. And we are getting close to where I'm going to pull it at, which is 133. And we're going to let that go just a minute longer. And then I'm going to show you what I do with the torch and make it restaurant quality. Yeah, hang on. Okay, so we are at 25 minutes cook time, actually 24. But I'm going to show you how simple this is right here to make it look like what you get at a lot of restaurants. And that temp is going to climb to 140 without any problem, I assure you. And if you see, I kind of get on those layers a little bit to make them kind of show up. And you're not hurting the fish. It just looks a lot better on a plate. So now, we're going to pull that off. And you'll see what I mean. You just have to kind of, I don't normally do it on my platter or my plate because I don't want to worry about hurting my plate. So we're going to get under this end right here. Just make sure it's not stuck. I'm going to lift it off and set it right there. And now, when we slice up some lemons and put it around that right there, and then squirt a little lemon on it, and you could tint it. If it's not, if you want it to stay warm, just loosely tint some aluminum foil, and I may do that because I'm not quite ready to serve it yet. So, I'm going to do that, take it in the house, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's something I'm sure you know, but I'm going to show it anyhow. There is the finished product. And to tint, what I call tint, and everybody I guess calls tint, is you don't want to wrap it. You want to leave it where it can breathe, and then it'll stay warm right there for quite a while, and you're not steaming it. You cooked it on a grill, you don't want to steam it. So anyhow, there is my version right there of the restaurant quality salmon in the kitchen with jelly. And I know I say salmon, not salmon, but anyhow. Okay, so the wife got hung up at the church, so she gave me permission to go ahead and cut this before it's too long. It's been about 25 minutes. So I wanted y'all to see how it looks when you open this up. And it's skin on, so what I do is I just kind of break it loose, the serving I want, and I just pull it up like this right here. And I'm gonna make sure the camera can see this because it's important. So y'all bear with me right here. And we're gonna put the camera down right there. And you can see how flaky and like delicate the fish is. And it comes right off the skin. And you can serve that. That is, again, a crowd pleaser every time at my house. Let's see. Yep, you can see that. And you can see it's flaked, perfect. If I could keep my hand out of the way, you could see it better, but I'm gonna try and do this right here. You can see it pulls apart right at the flake part, and I don't know how you would beat that. I really don't think you can, and most restaurants can't. Now I'm not saying some can't, but most of them don't. I've found a few that can get it like that, but one thing we do with this, and that's why I cook such a large piece, we'll eat it tonight, and then tomorrow, the wife, and me too, we make salads. You can do tacos and stuff, but mainly I eat it like this, and then the next day, I do a salad. Now we'll do that. She loves them. But anyhow, and of course, this right here is something I have to have on mine, and I think she does too. But a little bit of lemon juice, and you have a again, I'll use the restaurant quality meal again. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Y'all come back to see me in the kitchen with Jelly. Like, share, subscribe, all of the below or above or wherever it is. Do that. And I sure would appreciate it. And y'all have a good night. And cook you some salmon on the green egg. Restaurant quality, by the way. Bye-bye.